Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my weekly review for this week's episode of the Strain television series. This week we got to see the Strain Season 1, Episode 9, which was called The Disappeared. Alright, great. So we have 4 more episodes left of the Strain Season 1. So about a month, so it should be good timing. Walking Dead should start pretty much as soon as it finishes. So take us through right up until then for anyone who's following the show on a weekly basis. If you're not and you stumbled across this video, you may not want to watch it. It will contain spoilers. So if you haven't seen the episode yet, you may want to hold off unless you just aren't sure whether or not you're going to check it out. Then you might as well stay. So another week, another amazing episode of The Strain. I really feel like this show doesn't have any filler. I mean, we did get I felt like maybe earlier on in the series when we got to see a lot of the characters as they were turning into the vampires, as they were kind of transforming. We got to see a few episodes of that, which I felt like maybe that had gone on a little long, but it wasn't too bad. And now we're right into seeing, more concentration on the characters and more into the survival horror type section of the show, which I'm sure will carry through probably until it's pretty much wrapped up. In addition to that, we're getting to see a lot of these flashbacks between the relation, or showing the relationship between Abraham Satrakian and Thomas Eichhorst, as well as how Thomas became what he is, or became, a vampire, so to speak, serving the new master after the Germans, of course, in World War II were defeated by the Russians. I assume is the side that he's on. It depends. We can't say for sure. I didn't catch whether or not it was the Russians who were attacking where they're currently at, or if it was the other side with the other front, with, of course, the Americans in the alliance, so to speak, British, and everybody that attacked, Canadians too, I guess, a few of us. So anyway, aside from that, really like the flashback sequences. Again, thought they were really good. Thought it was really crazy when the Master meets Abraham, and we kind of got to see how he knows who the Master is. The Master didn't kill him because he made the box for him, but he decided he was going to just crush his fingers, I suppose, just for the fun of it. Which he did, which was gruesome. And we got to see this episode, probably the biggest takeaway of this episode, the best thing about it, was we actually got to see what the Master looks like, because I've been wondering what he was going to look like for the longest time. We have not seen a full-on straight shot of what he looks like. This episode was sweet because we actually got to finally see what this dude looks like, or this monster looks like. And he is very, very scary. I don't know about Abraham's plan to try to track him down and kill him. I'd more run for the hills, personally, because I don't know how you would kill something like that. I mean, he's super fast. He's super strong. I mean, you can crush your fingers just with holding them, without any kind of additional. He just, boom, just snaps his fingers like that. His nails are able to cut through flesh like nothing. Let's see. He's pretty quiet for a big guy. He sneaks up on Thomas. Thomas doesn't even really know he's there, and the next thing you know, he's there. So, oh man, what a scary, scary, freakish-looking monster. So, the red eyes, the big, really, really big, probably like 400 pounds, 500 pounds in terms of weight. Probably like 6 foot something. I don't know, 6'5", let's say 6'4", something like that. Maybe bigger, maybe 7. I don't know. And just gnarly as hell looking. So. I like the look of him. I thought he was really intimidating, that's for sure. And I like that they finally kind of showed us, because I had been wondering for a while. And I thought the makeup was pretty good. I thought it looked pretty cool. He's basically like like any of the other vampires, just bigger, more filled out. And he's got the weird thing about his hands, his fingers. He's got that like one long finger in the middle, which is really freakish, like Nosferatu, type of thing. And you can see his throat's got, like probably a huge, weird stinger or something like that. So really freakish and really, really scary. Definitely the highlight of this episode for me. And I think that's probably the end of the flashbacks we're going to see, at least between those two and what's happening with them, because Abraham got away. So I'm not sure if we're going to see any more flashbacks of him, afterwards. I'd like to see what happens after that and see if there's any more encounters between the two. That'd be cool. If there are, I'd like that. But it almost seems like to me that this might be the last flashback we see. I hope not, but I think that makes sense, because they've split, and now we've seen everything we kind of need to see. If they add in any more, it'll be cool to see more character development. Just adds to it, but I don't think it's necessary at this point. I think we've seen everything we need to see to kind of build that, historical hierarchy, that structure of what happened first to leads the characters to where they're at now, so the story can continue, and we feel that emotional weight tied to the characters because they've done a good job of it. I really like what they've done with it. So in addition to that, we see that Matt is dead, of course. He was killed by the two in the hallway at Walmart. And he returns home to Zach to try to get Zach and the wife, or the ex-wife of F's. And she's nowhere to be found yet, but he did meet her friend, was it Diane? I think Diane, yeah. So hopefully she will, point to his ex-wife in the right direction, and we'll see whether or not she will survive. If she can get with the core group, I think she would, but it would be an interesting dynamic because you have Nori there as well, and how would that go? We've already seen, in this episode, they had that good scene where he was talking about how he feels about his wife in front of Nori. And it was kind of the way they shot it. They kind of showed her face after he had said how he felt about her. It was good. It was good, and I like the way they did it. So aside from that, in the episode, we got some more time with some of the other great characters. Gus gets away, which was cool. Vasily kicks some more ass, which was fun. And he, of course, is leaving to go try to check on his family, I would think. I think that's Nora, not Nori, sorry. I think that's pretty much it from this week. So it was another good episode, really, really good episode. In terms of score, I guess I give this one like an 8.5 out of 10. I felt like it was like an 8.5. It wasn't climactic like some of the ones we've seen previous, but you need to have ups and downs. You need to have exciting episodes and then kind of calming episodes, especially when it comes to like a survival horror. It can't just be up and up all the time. We also saw Eichhorst extract the bullet and realize that Abraham is using silver. So, that's pretty much all I got to say for it. There was some other stuff in the episode that happened too, but for me, those were the highlights of it. And, great show, man. Awesome show. So, really happy to hear that they've renewed it for season 2. Hopefully, who knows, hopefully we'll even get a season 3. Excited to see how the story plays out for the rest of the season, the next 4 episodes, because the last episode is called The Master. So I assume that will be some kind of showdown, and I guess we'll see what happens with Thomas Eichhorst at this time, whether or not he's going to survive through the season, because you do have the Master, so he's kind of, you don't absolutely need him. I'm wondering if he's going to be like a one-season type character, or if he's going to continue on. I would like to see him continue on because I do like the relationship between the two, and I'm just interested to see, where the show's going to go from here, because I have not read the books by Guillermo del Toro and Chuck Hogan, so I don't know what's going to happen. So as a viewer, not a reader, awesome series, really love it. Let me know what you guys think about it. Write your comments below. Please thumb up the video if you liked it. And that's all I got to say for this one, guys. Another great episode of The Strain. You can't go wrong with The Strain if you like horror shows. It's really, really scary. Great characters. A lot of fun. That's it for this one, guys. See you for the next one. It's Trav, as always, saying peace.